Here it is. The waiting is over. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions. And this one will last a lifetime.
No more curses. This is unbelievable. These people have waited a long time. Fans, players, coaches. Unbelievable.
Congratulations, Rangers. The 1994 New York Rangers have done it. And for every Ranger that ever put on a uniform, they can stand with pride.
Welcome to the history of the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers joined the NHL in 1926. A man named Tex Rickard created the Rangers to rival the New York Americans. The Rangers and the Americans would share Madison Square Garden until the 1940s, when the Americans folded.
Here's the situation. About 10 minutes ago, Lorne Chabot was injured by a shot from Nell Stewart, the Maroons player. Holy smokes, here's one for you. Patrick has the equipment on. Look, it's like he's going to goal himself.
In Game 2 of the 1928 Stanley Cup Finals, 44-year-old coach Lester Patrick replaced the Rangers' injured goaltender to lead the team to victory. The Rangers would go on to win this series and their first Stanley Cup. 5 years later, in 1933, the Rangers would win their second Stanley Cup, making it 2 in their first decade of existence. Just 7 years later, in 1940, the New York Rangers would go on to win their third Stanley Cup, making it 3 in 14 years. The Rangers only made the playoffs twice from 1943 to 1955. The future Hall of Famer Andy Bathke became the all-time leading scorer for the franchise. In the 1960s, a new star emerged. Rod Robert ended up taking over Andy Bathke's record and becoming the all-time leading scorer. The New York Islanders joined the NHL in 1971, becoming the new biggest rival of the New York Rangers. In the 1980s, the Islanders were dominant, winning 4 Stanley Cups and knocking out the Rangers in Game 7 of the 1985 playoffs. In 1991, the Rangers brought in Adam Graves and veteran Mark Messier, hoping they could bring a cup to New York. Down 3-2 going into Game 6, Captain Mark Messier guaranteed victory and backed it up with a hat-trick in the third period to win the game.
Kovalov, tied up by Driver. Kovalov to Messier. Score! Two-tie. Kovalov, save, rebound, score! Messier! Many people standing as McLean fed one to the front. Messier throws it down and in!
In double overtime of Game 7, Stephon Matteau scored the game winner to send the Rangers to the Stanley Cup Finals to play the Vancouver Canucks.
The Rangers win! They're going to the finals! The Rangers win!
The Rangers had not won a Stanley Cup since 1940, but in 1994, all things changed and the Cup was brought back to New York.
All up in the mix like this. What I stay blaze like roses. Even if I never said it, you should probably know this by now. Not doubt what they gonna make of. Every time I read about this thing they could. If I ever saw them in black dynamite them, then they'd have a reason to say why they never liked them.
3 days later, the new Stanley Cup champions were the toast of the town, honored at a festive kicker tape parade.
Unbelievable! There's only one thing better, and that's 2. Heave-ho! 2 in a row! Heave-ho! 2 in a row! Heave-ho! 2 in a row!
That you win at this, and we'll walk together for the rest of our lives. I've experienced this before. I can honestly tell you that is the honest truth, that we will walk together for the rest of our lives.
In 1996, the Rangers signed Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky would go on to finish his storied career in New York and play his last game in 1999.
Only Wayne Gretzky can stop hockey in its tracks.
You can carry it now, Yards. Good luck.
Mikey, he just happens to be a real nice guy who happened to be the world's greatest hockey player.